Hey everybody, this video is going to be a quick tutorial of some of the more, not necessarily challenging, but parts that maybe a beginner knitter had not encountered if you are knitting the Earl Grey in the Morning shawl. So the video itself is actually shot by Jessie, who is the same person who designed the shawl, so she is also would be the best person to do the tutorials for the stitches for the shawl that she designed. So since this was my channel, I didn't want everybody to be like, who's this person and what shawl is she talking about? If you would like a pattern, a copy of the Earl Grey in the Morning shawl, which is a beautiful shawl, it's got lots of color blocked sections, you can find it in the free pattern section. I think it says free patterns for handspun yarn on our website on craftyhousewifeyarns.com, and it's called Earl Grey in the Morning. And depending on when you see this video, there may or may not be a, so check in the shop, a bundle called the Earl Grey in the Morning bundle, where you can pick between, we did a knit along, so, but it was so successful we wanted to kind of make it a something that's on our site. So hopefully when you see this, it will be available where you can choose a bundle between one of two different colorways, and then I believe when you buy that bundle you get automatically emailed the PDF for the pattern, or if you have yarn in your own stash, feel free to just download the pattern for free. You can find Jessie on Instagram. Her handle is the Wren Wife. Wren like little bird. The Wren Wife on Instagram, formerly the Dancing Pines, so you may already have been following her and didn't know. So anyhow, you can follow her and more of her work on Instagram. She's a great pattern designer, and she's going to teach us a long tail cast on and a Picot Bind Off, which, like I said, aren't super challenging, but if you're a newer knitter, it might be something you want more elaboration on. So I wanted to be able to link to this video from the pattern to help people out. So hope you enjoy.
My name is Jessie. I am one of the fiber dye artists for Crafty Housewife Yarns. We are going to be doing some knit tutorials. We are starting with a long tail cast on, and we will be going through the basic stitches as well as a Picot Bind Off like you see in the Earl Grey in the Morning shawl. Okay, so I'm going to be casting on probably about 20 stitches. I'm going to give myself a tail, and that's probably about 2 feet. I'm not measuring closely today. And what you're going to do is the tail side of your yarn you're going to drape over your thumb, and then the other side, the cake side of your yarn, you're going to drape over your pointer finger, and then you're going to grab them both under the rest of your fingers. So you've got this little slingshot looking thing going. For your first stitch, I do not typically make a slip knot. I like to put my needle right on that yarn and do a little swoop. And there you've got your first stitch. Now for all your other stitches, you're going to go under and pull that through, and then you'll let go with your thumb and pull it tight. So under the first one and through. And then, just like when you're knitting continental, you're going to pick up that stitch and then pull it back through. So, under and between, grab the yarn, pull it through, and drop your thumb. And you do that for as many stitches as you need for your pattern. It looks a little complicated, but as you keep doing this technique, it gets easier and easier, and pretty soon you will be doing it in your sleep. Just make sure that your tail side stays across your thumb and cake side stays across your pointer finger. We're going to do this again. Under and through the yarn on your thumb, You're going to pick up the yarn over your pointer finger and pull it through and drop the yarn from your thumb. And you don't want to pull that too tight. I have no idea how many stitches I've cast on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And since I'm just doing a swatch here, since I've got quite a bit of tail left over, I'm going to cast on a few more, and then we will be back with the knit stitch. Now we're going to work through a Picot Bind Off. I've made one little picot right here, and I'm going to show you how we continue this all the way across until we're completely bound off. You go in as if you're going to knit that stitch, but that loop you're going to put it back on your left-handed needle. That is a knitted cast-on stitch. And we're going to knit into that one, but instead of throwing this, again, instead of taking the stitch off our left-hand needle, we're going to add this one to the needle. So we have added 2 extra stitches to our needle. Now those 2 stitches we're going to knit, put them back on the left-handed needle, and then knit them together through the back loop. Then you're going to knit the next stitch, place them back on the left-hand needle, and knit through 2 together through the back loop. This is very hard to do with these needles on the table. And we're going to do that for 2 more stitches. Knit, put the 2 stitches back on the left-hand needle, and knit 2 together through the back loop. Knit, put both stitches back on the left-handed needle, and knit 2 together through the back loop. And there we have made a picot and bound off 2 more stitches. You can keep binding off however many stitches you like to space them out more if you would like. So this needle that we have right here, we're going to put it back on the left-handed needle and knit cast on 2 stitches again. This is how you make your picot. So we knit and put that stitch back on the left-hand needle, knit and put that stitch back on the left-handed needle. Then we knit those 2 stitches again, put them back on the left-hand needle, and knit 2 together through the back loop. Knit 1, put both on your left-handed needle, knit 2 through the back loop. Knit 1, put both on your left-hand needle, and knit 2 together through the back loop. Knit 1, put them back on your left-hand needle, and knit 2 through the back loop. And then you put that one back on your left-handed needle. And there we have another picot and 2 more stitches bound off. Let's do this again. With that needle, that stitch that we just put back on our left-handed needle, we're going to knit cast on 1 and 2. Knit 1, knit 2, place them back on your left-hand needle and knit 2 together through the back loop. Knit 1, put them both on your left-hand needle and knit 2 through the back loop. Knit 1, knit 2, put back on your left hand needle and knit 2 together. Knit 1, put them back on your left-handed needle, knit 2 together through the back loop, knit 1, put both back on your left-handed needle and knit 2 through the back loop, place that last stitch back on your left-handed needle, and you continue with casting on 2 more. You can do the backwards E cast on, but it's really loose and unstable. I prefer not to use that cast on method for anything. You can also use what is called a cable cast on, but I won't be sharing that one here.
Have you fallen down the cottage industry rabbit hole yet? Well, if not, buckle up, Alice, and click on over to the description in the show notes and sign up. Then you can get ready for the most fun induction into the cult of all things yarn and fiber. This will include, but not limited to, free yarn, free ebooks, patterns, coupons, and much more. You don't want to miss out.